first, my last, my everything, and the answer to all my dreams. You're my sun, the moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful. That's what you are. I know.
Barry White is a young man who came from the poverty areas of Los Angeles and decided at 17 years old that he wanted to do something positive with his life. Growing up, my mother did the best she could with what she had to work with. It was my mother, my brother, and myself. And we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have cars. We didn't have things that people normally look upon as being successful. But we had a lot of love. To know music is to feel it. It is not to read it. It is not to write it. It's a great philosophy to be able to read and write man's interpretation of music. But music's own interpretation is to feel it. It's no different than the Africans or the Brazilians or the Latin Americans, the Puerto Ricans, who all are into different rhythms. It's a feeling. I was blessed with the talents of rhythm, the sense of direction when it comes to clarity of music, listening, appreciation. My mother is greatly responsible for my ears. She played a lot of classical music when we were coming up, and so I've gotten the exposure of classical, the exposure of Latin, the exposure of jazz, the exposure of rock and roll, country, gospel is where I'm from. So all of those different approaches of music is all wrapped up in Barry White's creativity.
Right here, my dear, I don't have to look no more. In all my days, I've hoped and I prayed for someone just like you, make me feel the way you do. Never, never gonna give you up. I'm never, ever gonna stop. Not the way I feel about you, girl, I just can't live without you. I'm never, ever gonna quit, 'cause quitting just ain't my stick. I'm gonna stay right here with you and do all the things you want me to, whatever you want.
From 1961 up until 1971, Barry White was struggling. LA was looked upon as the West Coast sound, the rock thing. A few black artists would come out of there, but nobody ever made any definite impressions. And I was told to leave Los Angeles. You're not going to make it here. Go to Detroit, go to Motown, go to Stax Records in Memphis. Most of the hits was coming out of New York and Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago. Go somewhere where they can relate to you, Barry White. I have been taught all my life that if there's a will, there is definitely a way. I got called for this group called the Upfronts to sing bass, and I was delighted because I had made up my mind I'm going to start moving out of this poverty situation into a more positive situation. Any job that came up, I was very honored, I was very enthusiastic, I was very committed. Commitments, attitude, and loyalty to oneself is key factors of success. You can do anything you want to do. If you're committed to it, if you're loyal to yourself and your craft, you'll make it.
What kind of love is this that you give me? Is it in your kiss or just because you're sweet? Girl, all I know is every time you're here, feel a change. There's something moves, screaming your name. That's what you got to do is, darling, I can't get enough of your love, baby. Get on down there. Oh, baby. Girl, I don't know why. Can't get enough of your love, baby. No, baby.
Love Unlimited, which is my heart, Linda, Diane, and Glodine is my wife. That's the greatest artist I've ever known, was Love Unlimited. They were the beginning. That was my first hit record I ever had in my life, was on Love Unlimited, Walking in the Rain with the One I Love in 1972.
I'm gonna call you and tell you how much I love you. Oh, I feel so good.
The Love Unlimited Orchestra I named after Love Unlimited because I centered more things around them. I could have called it Barry White Orchestra, but I love Love Unlimited spirit so much. What they represent to me is the utopia of an artist. I like instrumentals, so I created the Love Unlimited Orchestra. I've always loved instrumentals. Love Theme came from Love Unlimited's album, which I wrote for them. That was their theme. And it became a #1 record worldwide, and that enabled me to create the Love Unlimited Orchestra. Love is something everybody relates to. Ever since Barry White began, his philosophy has always been about love. Love is a very powerful force, and in many ways the most positive force on this planet. All nationalities of people, they all relate to love. You can say, I love you to any language to a woman, she'll understand it. It's a universal language. Love is definitely a universal language.
Familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. No, Lord, I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are.
I am very grateful to my fans, to the people who gave Barry White a chance. So many people relate to the music, to the concept, to love.